Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Feminism Wasn't Made for You, Eve. Alright, feminism wasn't made for you, Eve. Okay? Now this comes from a video, of course, that I found from the brother Rawi. La Yashrali, Hawashai is coming back, 144,000. Okay? So we'll go ahead and play it in a minute. It's called Play White Feminist Games, Win Black Feminist Prizes. Okay? And when I saw this, I had to make a lesson on it because, it's true, man. Feminism was not made for you so-called black women, you so-called Latino women, all right, you so-called Native American women. All right, feminism was made for white women. It was made by white women for white women. All right, we can actually look up, feminism. All right, we'll look up first wave feminism, and you'll see first wave feminism. All right, first wave feminism took place in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, emerging out of environmental and urban industrialism and liberal socialist, if I could pronounce things right, politics. Says the goal of this wave was to open up opportunities for women with a focus on suffrage. Okay, you can see these are white women. Okay, these are white women. Votes for women. Okay. This says they have a sign that says a fearless, indomitable womanhood, a fearless, indomitable race. All right, and you see they're teaching it their little children as well. There you go. You see any women of color? You don't. All right, you don't. And that one you do because that's a modern photo, but that didn't happen until what, third wave? So as you can see, it was white women. It was white women that did it, all right? And if you were a black woman, they would have called you, what, and they would have fucking, told you to get back home or whatever they would have told you to do, all right? And now they're trying to make it look like black and white, like it's, Now that's a new thing. This is how it used to go, okay? And now they have her, see, and that's not really first wave feminism. They're saying that's first wave feminism. That's not first wave. That's third wave. All right, so if you look up third wave, all right, here you go. Third wave feminism. It says, where was it? It says, third wave feminism is a movement that began in the early 1990s. Will technically be second wave. All right, so second wave is when the black women start, so-called black women started really getting on it. But it says in this one, it says third wave feminists born in the 1960s and 70s embraced diversity and individualism in women, sought to redefine what it meant to be a feminist. Slovakia. It talks about intersectionality. All right. What else do we got? Sex positivity, vegetarian, ecofeminism, transfeminism. All right, there you go. Transgender and all that stuff. There you go. So, and that's what it's gotten to now. But second wave is when Jake jumped in. So let's get that. Second wave feminism when Jake jumped in. Here you go. There you go. You see it right there. As you can see. And this was up until the 90s from, let's see, second wave, it began in the 60s, 1960s, and lasted roughly 2 decades. It took place throughout the Western world. The Western world, where's that? Yeah, because that shit went fly in other countries. It says, you can read it if you want. All right. says many historians view the second wave feminist era in America as ending in the early 1980s with intra-feminism disputes of the feminist sex wars over issues such as sexuality and pornography, which ushered in the era of third wave feminism in the early 1990s. And I guess they decided that's okay because all these feminists are all over, promoting, having their tits out and everything. But anyway, it wasn't made for you. As you can see, it was started by white women and so-called white women, and then you Jake women jumped in, all right, by following your oppressor, all right, by following after the white women, all right. It wasn't made for you, all right. It wasn't made for you, and still the vast majority of feminism is still white, okay. So guess what? You play white feminist games and you win black feminist prizes, okay. So let's go ahead and play the video so you can understand what we're talking about, and then we're going to get into scriptures, Lord willing.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
There you go. There you go. So it says, the grass is not always green on the other side. It says a woman expresses deep regrets after she divorced her good husband because she made more money and had a better career than him at the time. He leveled up in his career and now he is taking care of another family while I'm here lonely. All right, so there you go. There you go. You and like the brother titled it, play white feminist games, win black feminist prize. We got any comments? Ain't nobody said nothing on it, but hey, there you go. There you go. That's why you don't do that shit. So let's get Proverbs 14:1 right off the bat, okay? Which perfect for this. All right, because this is what your leaders have taught you to. Oh, you don't need no man. All this stuff. Meanwhile, all those leaders have men, as the apostles and others say. All right, all those, Cardi B. All right, she has a man. All right, Nicki Minaj, she has a man. All right, so on and so forth. They have a man. All right. Meanwhile, they're telling you don't need no man and you don't got no man. So your life's all fucked up. And that's what you got. Again, they got you right where they want you. Esau, that's what Esau has those people say those things. All right. Because now you're fucked up. All right. Now it's, messing up your community. Same reason why they have all the, the rappers talking about shooting guns so that the young males can grow up idolizing guns. All right. Want guns and get involved in gangs. And that's the same thing. All right. But it's different, different, tactics for the different genders. For you so-called black women, they want you to see, white hair is the prettiest, right? They want you to have fake hair, they want you to have blue contact. They want you to completely, be lusting after, the lifestyle and the looks that the oppressor has, all right? And they want the men to be destroying each other, all right, with guns and knives, all right, dropping off boxes of guns in the hood, all right, and gang violence and becoming rappers and because then you got to do stuff for clout, and it's different strokes for different folks, man. Proverbs 14:1 reads, and you women have fallen into the trap for this, and just as you men have fallen in the trap of the guns and the gang stuff, all right, Proverbs 14:1, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Let's read it again. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. So a wise woman's going to be, figuring out how she can build her house, how she can better, better serve her husband, how she can, be a better woman, how she can, grow, all right? But a wicked woman, all right, a foolish woman is going to be figuring out, how do I get this guy away from me, all right? I'm done with him and his broke ass. I'm done with him and, his whatever. You don't think he's cute, or you don't think he, dresses good, or you don't think this, or you don't think that, all right? That's something a foolish woman would do. Let's get it in another translation. It says, homes are made by the wisdom of women, but are destroyed by foolishness. So a wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. Well, I should be naming what translations these are. The Good News Translation. Homes are made by the wisdom of women, but are destroyed by foolishness, and kind of goes off. You got the New Living Translation that says, a wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. The English Standard Version says, the wisest of women builds her house, but folly with her own hands tears it down. All right, so there you go. There you go. So every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Okay, so that's pretty plain, man. That's pretty plain. So how do you build something? All right, you don't try to make it worse. You try to make it better. All right, how do you try to build your house? All right, you're trying to serve your man better. All right, take care of the kids. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're doing that. Not following feminism. All right, and how you can get more rights when you've already got more than enough. All right, we already did a lesson called what rights are these feminists fighting for? All right, they're not fighting for anything. They've already got the so-called equality that they want. All right, worldly. All right, because they're not fighting for biblical equality. All right, because they don't care about the Bible anyway. They hate the Bible. Here on earth, all right, they're not paying attention to the Bible, because in the Bible you're not equal. But they're not paying attention to any of that. They're paying attention to worldly, like, can I get the same job as a man? Well, you already can. Can I vote? Well, you already can. Can I drive? Well, you already can. All right, can I leave my house? Well, you already can. So what are you fighting for? Everything, you already got everything that you wanted. All right, as of course, because it was paved the way it was paved by white women. Had it been black women fighting from the start, shit wouldn't have ever got done. The white people in parliament and the white people in office would have never said, okay, yes, let's give them the right to vote. Okay, yes, let's give them the right to do. Yes, let's do this. Let's do that. No, the white women did it. All right, because the white women get what they want, not the black women. All right, and you black women are marching right alongside with your oppressor. All right, fighting for the same things that the oppressor wants. All right, wearing the same clothes that the oppressor wears, wearing the same hair that the oppressor wears. All right, having the same colored eyes as the oppressor has. All right, putting in your contacts. All right, bleaching your skin, doing all these crazy things. All right, trying to be just like the oppressor, following after their movements. All right, doing what they do. All right, talking how they talk. All right, and you got so-called black women are hand in hand with the so-called gay men now, or with this LGBT, let me stop with the alphabet movement. All right, because why? The white women, all right, started all that. The white women were the ones that started the alphabet movement. All right, the white women were the ones that started incorporating, all these two things together. And the white women, and with the help of with Eve, incorporated, Black Lives Matter into the alphabet movement. And that shows you, Jake, man, you're through. Your movement's in there with the movements of people that want to put things in their butt, man. All right, that's where your movement's at, and that movement's a joke too. The whole BLM, that shit's a fucking joke as well. All right, guess what? That was also set up, all right, by white people. No, there's a little black woman that's in the head. Yeah, she's the head of it, but that was really something that was put in the minds by white people, because had it really been a full-on black movement, all right, it would have been something like the Black Panthers. They would have been actively infiltrating, all right, and tearing it down from the inside out. All right, it wouldn't be like, have big BLM painted out in front of the White House. That would have never been allowed unless that's an inside government operation. And it very well was. All right, it very well was. So Proverbs, 13 and 1 says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. All right, so don't this white woman feminism isn't for you, Jake. All right, it isn't for you. It isn't. All right, it doesn't, what do you see out there? You see a bunch of white women with pink hats. All right, that's what you see. And then you got a couple of Jake in there. What rights? We don't have any rights at all, Jake. What do you think we're gonna get? All right, well that's what we're fighting. Well, you're fighting for women's rights that have already been around, Jake. All right, and you're not fighting for black women's rights. You're fighting for white women's rights. All right, because apparently, for whatever reason, you're still not getting treated the same as white women. So why are you marching with the white women fighting for their rights? Because it's not your rights. All right, because if you get pulled over, if something happens to you, or if you're in a court, they're not going to treat you the same as a white woman. All right, but you're fighting for equality. You're not even going to be equal to a white woman. As a matter of fact, you're better. All right, but here on Earth, all right, here in this world, they think you're worse. All right, so everything's all fucked up. How are you gonna have equality in a society that doesn't even have any? It's not. Everything's upside down. All right, so that means even if you had so-called equality here, the equality is gonna be upside down. And guess what? It is. It is upside down. Okay, it is upside down. It doesn't make any sense. All right, things that you should do or can't do. All right, things that you can't do or you're doing. All right, everything's all backwards. All right, so you're not gonna get equality here. And guess what? You're not gonna get equality in the kingdom either. Okay. Because the society, how the Most High made things, it wasn't set up for equality, all right? Nothing was set up for equality, Okay, we're lower than the Most High. All right. If we were all equal, we'd be on the same level. We're not. All right. We're lower than the Most High. All right. Men are over women. All right. Women are over children. All right. So on and so forth. We're not equal, man. There's some people that are going to have it, really good. There's some people that are going to be, slaves in the kingdom, the heathens. Okay. So that's not equality. So where do you get this equality motive from? White people. All right. White people. Let's get Proverbs 3:31. It reads, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Okay, it's plain. Proverbs 3:31, once again, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." So don't envy your oppressor. What does the word envy mean? Let's get it. Envy. Let's get it. What does it say? Envy, to be jealous, to become excited. Well, let's get the actual definition. It says to envy, all right? Envy. So to be jealous, it says enviousness, covetousness, desire, all right, bitterness, discontent, envy, a feeling of discontent or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or looks, let's get it again. To say luck. I thought it said looks. All right, luck. All right, it said, so once again, let's a feeling of discontented, so you're upset, all right, and resentful, all right. Longing aroused, so you're really wanting, all right, someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. So you're wanting the so-called white man's possessions, qualities, and luck. So-called luck. There's no such thing as luck. So you want, the big houses that the white man has, all right. You want the hair like the white man has, all right, the white woman has. You want the eyes like the white woman has. You want the skin like the white woman has, all right. You want all these things. You want the big, happy house like the white woman has. All right. Well, those things aren't for us right now. All right. Those things. Well, some of those things. Like having a big house and having a put together family is we're gonna have that in the kingdom. All right. And it's nothing wrong specifically for that if you're trying to have a family together. But you also got to realize we're in Babylon the Great. The family's not gonna be great. All right. It's not going to be perfect, all right? There's going to be some gripe that you have with your husband or your kids, or you're not going to make enough money, or something's going to go wrong with the house, or something's going to go wrong with the car, or this is going to happen, the house is going to burn down, so on and so forth, man. All right, but, that's why they put that music out, big, nice house, 5-car garage, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all this stuff. They have these songs, all right, to make you really, 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 really want those things, all right? And a mansion ain't going to get you nothing, man. All right, a mansion ain't going to get you nothing. It's not going to help you with your salvation at the end of the day. All right, you're not going to get saved because you have a big mansion. The Most High is going to come down and says, "Oh, I was going to destroy this guy. Man, I saw his mansion. Oh, I had to." No, that's not how it's going to work. All right, he's going to destroy your ass right along with him if you're being wicked. All right, and more than likely, if you got some big ass mansion, you're more than likely wicked anyway. What'd you do to get that type of money, man? All right. So again, Proverbs 3:31: "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." None of his ways. All right, let's get the Good News Translation. It says, "Don't be jealous of violent people or decide to act as they do." There you go. Don't be jealous of Esau, Edom. They are the lowest of the low, man. They're the lowest. These are the people that are having sex with animals. All right, they're having sex with their own family member. This is the Edomites that you're envying. All right, and wanting the ways of the oppressor. All right. This is, the lowest of low. We could run a montage of like Esau, galloping around like horses, all right, dressing up in women's clothing, just, through, all right, killing a bunch of people. You want to be like these people? Why would you want to be like those people, Jake? That don't make no sense. Why the fuck would you want to be like them? All right, stupid, dumb, all right, they stink, all right, they steal, they lie, they murder, all right, they're the biggest population of Moes. All right. Why would you want to be like them, Jake? That don't make no goddamn sense. All right. So, New Living Translation says, "Don't envy violent people or copy their ways." English Standard Version says, "Do not envy a man of violence and do not choose any of his ways." All right. And again, of course, the King James Version hits the heaviest, as it does. All right. So don't envy the oppressor. All right. Don't go out there. I want to be like him so bad. Ooh. And then do all these movements, all right? These movements, these protests, and they're all who runs the world, all right? Esau, Edom, all right? So all these movements, they're going to be allowed by who? Esau, Edom. And if they don't like them, they're gonna try to infiltrate them and root them out, All right, and sure, they might try to do the same thing with truth, infiltrate, but guess what? They're not going to be able to root out the truth. They might be able to tear down organizations like, the Black Panther Party, all right, and so on and so forth. All right, what's the other one? The Spanish people, man. I always forget the name of it. Brown. Let me see. Let me see. It was called the Brown Berets. The Brown Berets, all right? The Brown Berets. They get in there and they cycle all those things out and destroy them from the inner workings, all right? They can't do that with the truth. They'll sure try, but they can't, all right? And the Most High is going to spit them out too, all right? When they come in, they might come in, be able to, do some things for a little bit, but the Most High is going to chew them up and spit them out. And guess what? Hey, not going to be good. Not going to be good, and especially if they're a Jake, because they're a Jake and they were working for the white man doing all this infiltration. All right, now they know the truth, all right, a little bit, or if they heard it at least, and now they go back, man, that's wicked as hell. All right, that's wicked as hell. So let's get Jeremiah 10:2, all right, on the same notion. Because our people love, learning the way of the heathen and envying the oppressor and wanting to be just like this, wanting to be like that, wanting to be like this. Look at Jake. Look at male Jake. All right, for example. All right, they want to have the 3-piece suit. All right, they want to have the Lamborghini. All right, the big nice house by the ocean. All right. All this, all right, wanted to live. That's some white man stuff, all right, accountants and all this stuff. And of course, we want nice things as well, all right. But there's that, and that's that. What is it? That envy, what's the scripture? Let me see. Let's see. Let's get the exact definition. Let me see something. Yeah. I mean, we can get before we get Jeremiah 10:2. Well, you don't really have to exit off of it, but in Exodus 20:17, it says, we'll read it. It says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's." Okay, so that's even with your neighbors, all right. If they're Jake or whatnot, and covet. The word covet, if you look up the word covet, it means yearn to possess or to have something, desire, have one's heart set on, and it's a little bit different than that. The definition of covet is a little bit different than that, all right, because you'd be like, oh, I'd like something like that. You see a car. Oh, I like that car. I'd like to get something like that. That's a nice car. All right, there's a difference. Covetingness is like a burning, like over infatuation. All right, almost. Let's get it in the Blue Letter Bible. Let me see something. I'll tell you the definition. You can look it up yourself if you want to follow along. Covet in the not Good News Translation. The Blue Letter Bible, Slovakia, goes back to the word kamad. Let's play it.
Strong's H2530.
Chamad. All right, and definition C, all right, we'll read them all. I says to desire, covet, take pleasure, and delight in. All right, A says to desire. B says to be desirable. C, the definition that really makes sense here. All right, well, they all make sense, but to put in perspective, because you need this word, it says to delight greatly, to desire greatly. All right, so it's an extreme burning desire. Okay. An extreme burning desire, basically. All right, it's coveting. All right, is not just wanting. Like I said, oh, you look at that guy has a steak. I want to have that steak. Yeah, can I get that steak too? Yeah, what did he order? I'll have that. Yeah, I'll have that too. All right, it's more so ooh, I'm so angry. He has that steak. I want that steak so bad. Ooh, I want that steak so bad. Goddamn, why does he get to have that steak and I don't get that steak? Stuff like that. It's stronger than just like, oh, I'd like to work to get something like that. That's nice. All right, and Jake don't ever think like that. Sometimes they do, but with houses, they don't ever think like, oh, I want to work. They just want to blow up and have it. All right, they want to get it handed to them, and how the white man does, man. All right, and they want to worship the same gods as the white man does. all right, and eat the same things that the white man does, and worship the same holidays that the white man does, all right, and live how the white man does, all right, and so on and so forth, man. And we got Jeremiah 10:2, and it says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." That means what? Learn not the way of the heathen. Don't go after their gods. Don't learn their religions. All right. Don't learn their traditions and their customs, or how they do this or how they do that. That's not for you. All right. Learn not the way of the heathen. All right. Well, come over here. Sit down here, Jamal. I'm gonna show you how to embezzle. All right. We'll get you that. We'll get you that house. You just have to learn how to embezzle, and then you're gonna do that. And guess what? Something's gonna get. I got him. See, he was trying to embezzle. All right. And what, you told me how to do it. No, I didn't. You're a liar. Take him directly to jail. All right. So, hey, man, this place isn't for us. All right. And we'll get Ecclesiastes 25 and 22. And I wanted to grab that just so the women don't flip. All right. Because they always do. All right, but this one, all right, this is so not that we're pandering towards the women, but they'll try to say something, all right, because the other thing is that lady, where are we at, 22, that lady was saying that she had a better job, all right, than a better job than her husband, and had more money than her husband. That's another reason why you men, all right, shouldn't be getting these women that have these way better jobs than you anyway, because they're gonna, first of all, they're gonna despise you, all right. They're gonna despise you, all right, and they don't want to have to be doing all that, all right. So we got Sirach 25, 22, right here. It says, "A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach." All right, so let's we can't let's get you should know the word maintain. We can get the word maintain right here. Maintain, all right, to keep going, to keep up, to conserve, to maintain, to cause or enable, all right, to keep something at the same level or rate, basically to maintain, to basically be doing everything for, not like in the sense of servitude, all right, but in the sense of basically like a mother. All right, she basically got to, do everything. She got to pay your bills. All right, got to pay this. You got to pay for that. All right, basically, maintain her husband. Basically doing the job that a man would be doing. All right, if the woman's put in that position where she's got to take care of you, all right, got to do this, and it's got to pay the bills, all right, and do all this stuff. She's gonna despise you at the end of it. All right, she's gonna be full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. All right, and some women are gonna be filled, with that just because they have to, cook or clean or do the dishes for their husband or something like that. But in general, all right, because again, not everything here is gonna be perfect. But you don't want to put that woman in a position where that's feminine, man. You don't want to do that. Having a woman, paying for everything for you. Yes, baby. Because she's making all the money. So if a woman's got way more money than you, brothers, you sure just steer away, because she's always gonna think of, and she's never gonna be pleased with you in any way, because she's making more money than you. All right, she's gonna think of you as a lesser than. Okay, so don't get with a woman that's making a ton of money and be like, I'm gonna just ride this out. Now she's gonna leave your ass, and then you ain't gonna have nothing. All right, so don't get with a woman that has a bunch of money. All right, don't do that. Don't do it to yourself, man. Don't do it to yourself. All right. So Jeremiah 10:2, once again, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." And again, usually, and that's another thing that you see with the white couples, is that usually you see the woman has a lot of money too. You'll see they'll see it that, and sometimes it's like that as well. Sometimes the woman is taking care of the man. All right, a lot of time white men are loaded. All right, but sometimes the man, coasting, the woman's doing whatever, OnlyFans, or she did some makeup business back in the 80s or whatever the hell. All right, so let's get Micah 2 and 10. All right, and this shows you, man, hey, this place, this place isn't for you. All right, this place isn't for you, Jake. All right, let's type it in, Micah 2 and 10. This place isn't for you. All right, you're not going to get, perfect quality. You're not going to, like that, like she was saying, I thought I'm going to do better. This place isn't for you, man. All right, you're not going to get equality on this side. Here you are, you're marching for equality with white women. All right, they're gonna get whatever they want, but you're not going to get what you want. All right, you're not going to get what you want. Okay, this isn't the place. This Let's just read the scripture. Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." So these doctrines and these things and all this, this isn't your rest. It's all polluted, man. All right, even if you got what your so-called equality, well, you're not supposed to have equality. That's wicked. All right, you're not supposed to have equality. Okay? And we're on an equal level as white women. You're not supposed to be on the equal level with white women. You're supposed to be above white women. Did you know that? Did you know that? Bet you didn't. All right? So why would you want equality? Why would you want to be on an equal level with a fucking peasant, man? All right? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Well, I want to be on equal level. Yeah, is it the same level as the peasant? All right? So, no, wouldn't you rather be on a higher level? All right? No, we want equality. All right? Well, sure. Cool. Okay, go for it. You're never going to get it. All right? You're not going to get what you want. All right? Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This place is not your rest. All right, this isn't the place to be building up your house and building homes and, large gardens and doing all these things. I mean, you can do it, but guess what? It's not your rest. All right, you shouldn't put any, I'm not saying, I always got to word it, make sure I word it right because, bro, I can't have a garden. You can have a garden. Go ahead and have a garden. All right, you can decorate your house if you want to. Just know that this isn't your rest, Jake. All right, you can go ahead and do those things, but that's not where your heart should be set. Your heart should be set on this truth, doing this truth. That should be the first thing, all right, that you do. All right, watch your lessons, study. All right, that should be the first thing you do during the day. If you have any sanity. Some brothers got to go to work in the morning, but guess what? You got an aux cord in your car or Bluetooth. You can watch a lesson on the way there. All right, or some of you people might have jobs where you can watch a lesson while you're at your job through a headphone. All right. So, so on and so forth. And there might be instances where you absolutely can't. But guess what? When you get home, all right, if you can, all right, the first thing you do, all right, that you can, if the first incident that you can possibly do it, watch those lessons, study. All right, that should be your first priority in the morning. Praying, all right, watching lessons, and then after you do that, all right, then you can go do all the shit that doesn't matter. Shopping. All right, shopping don't fucking matter. You got to do it though, right? You got to do it because you got to eat. But it's not anything, important. All right, importance is truth, but you got to eat, right? You got to eat. All right, and watch a movie. You can't watch no movie. You can watch a movie. What are you gonna do? Sit. All right, and just meditate in the room. All right, and be holier than thou. All right, as they say in the world, holier than thou. All right, thinking you're the best. Or I'm the best Hebrew Israelite. No, all right, no. You're allowed to watch TV. You can play video games. You want to hop on some 2K, hop on some 2K. All right, you want to play this, you can play that. Go for it, man. Go for it. All right, but that first thing is that you gotta serve the Lord. Okay, so again, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So don't be in this place like this is gonna be lasting forever. Everything's gonna go away anyway. All right, your video collection, your game collection, your clothes collection, your J collection, your shoe collection. All right, whatever you got, your car collection, all that's going away, man. All right, and the doctrines of this world's going away. All right. And you got to be careful, all right? As it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Because guess what? It's polluted. This place is polluted. If you're in this world, guess what? You're going to have polluted ideologies and doctrines. You're going to think it's okay to be, an alphabet crew. It's okay for this and that. It's okay for this and that. Oh, it's okay to get an abortion. All these things, you're going to think all these things. No, that's polluted, man. All right? And you're going to be destroyed because of that. All right? So this place isn't your rest, all right? You can be here and watch movies, to pass the time. All right, again, you should be doing, the things of the truth first, all right, because that's of importance, all right. But, these things in the world, they're not going to get you anywhere, all right. And these doctrines of the world won't get you anywhere but a swift destruction, all right. Let's get Romans 12:1 through 2, of course. Romans 12:1, it says, okay, just making sure. Romans 12:1 says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2, in the point, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So don't be conformed to this world. Don't try to conform to this world's politics and this world's ideologies. Well, you're offensive because you don't like alphabet people. So don't conform. And I had to conform. I like alphabet people now. I think they're doing all right. No. Don't be conformed to that. Don't be conformed to thinking that there's more than one gender. All right. Don't be conformed to think that women are in a position of power, even though in Babylon the Great they are. All right. Don't be conformed to those things, man. Okay. As we read in the previous verse in Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It shall destroy you. It is polluted. It shall destroy you with a sore destruction." All right. That's what's going to happen if you be conformed to this world. All right. That's what's going to happen. All right. Verse 2, once again, Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You're supposed to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right, you're supposed to be conformed to this truth, not this world. All right, it says that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Okay, Revelation 18:4. Let's go get it. What does it say? It says, Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, her being Babylon the Great, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached into heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. Okay, so the great whore, Babylon the Great. Okay, so, come out of her. Does that mean leave? Does that mean go to Egypt? Does that mean go to Israel? Does that mean go to Africa? Does that mean go to Australia? Does that mean go to England? Does that mean that go to China, Taiwan, Japan? Does that mean go over those places? No, it doesn't. It means, remove yourself, come out of her spiritually, all right? Come out of her doctrines, all right? Come out of her and come into this truth. All right, so you're not partakers of her sin, and that you don't receive, and that you receive not of her plagues, as the scripture says, right? But you people want to stay in it, all right? But hey, that's that carnality. Okay, what else do we got? How long have we been going? 35 minutes. We can close out once we get Romans 8 and 5. Let's get it, and then we can close out. Romans 8 and 5 reads. It says, let me highlight it. It won't highlight anyway. We'll read it. All right. Just know that 5 should be here. We can do this at least. There you go. Romans 8 and 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind things of the flesh." So people that are in the flesh, that they want to be Moses, and they want this and that, and and equality. Guess what? They're gonna do those things. All right, those are fleshly things, and they're gonna, if they're in the flesh, they're gonna do those things: equality, this, that, and the other. All right, but it says, "But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit, studying, all right, making sure they're reading, all right, or watching lessons, all right, making sure they're sucking in the gospel somewhere, right, learning, all right." And then it says in verse 6, "For to be carnally minded is death." All right, I think you need, I want to get the hair like the white woman, or I want to get hair like the white man. I want to do this. I want to have, all that carnality. All right, I'm thinking, I think it's okay for two men to be together. I think it's okay for two women to be together. That's carnal shit, man. That ain't spiritual at all. It says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now if any man have not the Spirit of the Most High, he is not of his." Well, if the Spirit of the anointed, he is none of his. Okay, so if he doesn't have the Spirit of the anointed, what does that mean? It means he's not of the Most High. All right, the Most High is not dealing with him. All right, so like it says, the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. That's basically hate. All right, the carnal mind thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." Well, that's directly against the Bible. So you hate the Most High. You hate the Most High's instruction. You hate the Most High's rules. Okay, so there you go. Feminism wasn't made for you, Eve. All right, it wasn't made for you. All right. It wasn't made for you. Here you're fighting for equality, and you're still not even on an equal level as the white woman. They put you lower, when in reality you should be higher than the white woman. That shows you equality is all fucked up here. How are you gonna have equality in a society that doesn't even, they don't even understand what's right and wrong? All right, they can't even judge correctly. How are these people gonna know what equality is? All right, even though equality is going off, all right, they don't even know what it would be. All right, equality. If we were all equality, we'd all live. We'd all be in mansions. We'd all have nice jobs. Women would be on the same level as each other. Men would be on the same level as each other. All right, nobody would have any. That's equality. That's going off. All right, and we don't have that. Shows you there's not equality in Babylon the Great. They don't even know what equality is. And also, there's not going to be equality in the kingdom, because the Most High is not down with equality. All right, the nations are under us. All right, so white women are under so-called black women. All right, white women are Edomite women are under Israelite women. All right, Israelite women are above heathen women. All right, Israelite men are above heathen men. All right, and so on and so forth. All right, so there's not going to be any equality. And guess what? Man's going to be over women. So that's not equality. All right, that's superiority, and that's just the way it is. The Most High is not down with no equality. All right, and feminism was not made for you, Eve. All right, the whole movement doesn't make any goddamn sense. All right, doesn't make any sense. All right, and here you are, Planned Parenthood, all these things. Well, do you know that was made by Margaret Sanger? Look her up. Let's see what she said about black people. All right, let's see what she said about black people. All right, go ahead. We've done it before. Look it up. Look up Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, and come out and see. And because that's one of the main things that these feminism fighting for. All right, is the right for abortions and all that stuff. You're gonna fight for the genocide of your people, Eve? Of course you will, because you're wicked as hell. So feminism was not made for you, Eve. It wasn't. All right? It wasn't. So, hey, with that, we're going to close out. I don't really have anything else to say through the Spirit. All right? That's that. We grabbed the scriptures through the Spirit that we needed to grab, said what we need to say. All right? And that's been feminism wasn't made for you. All right? So, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.